If you're operating on a really tight budget for your Facebook ads, it's extremely important to maximize your website traffic. In this video, I'll go over some basic ways to maximize what you're getting from your Facebook ad traffic. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about here is just your basic kind of funnel setup that you're going to set up for your Facebook ads. A lot of times I see a lot of people fail in their ads for their Facebook ads because they're not setting their funnels up properly. They'll start off running an ad that goes straight to their website and they don't have any retargeting ads, or they're picking the wrong ad objective to start off with that is just not realistic, and it's not going to give you the good results that you're trying to get. You know, when you've got a funnel in place, you've got a system in place that's going to capture the most purchases if you're in e-commerce, or the most leads if you're in a service-related business. So in this funnel, this is the most, basic. You could even take one of those layers of this funnel out and you could have just awareness, decision, action. But in this funnel, there's 4 layers. It's pretty simple, pretty standard, and each area will have a different type of ad objective that's being directed. So on the awareness part of the ad, this is where nobody's ever heard of your brand and you're trying to just curate an audience that you can market to again that is familiar with your brand and who you are. So on the awareness side, you're going to want to probably run maybe like a video view ad objective, or possibly even an engagement ad objective. You don't have to get a crazy budget. You're really just trying to get yourself and your brand in front of people so that they can interact with you and see who you are, and you can kind of warm that audience up so you can start to do stuff with it later on. I prefer probably a video ad for video views because you can also later on retarget that audience that watched the video, which is pretty cool. And you do that in your audiences area of Facebook ads, and you would create the audience. So you click on custom audience, click on engagement, and then a video view objective. So I would run a video ad to that audience there at the top of the funnel for awareness. Get people familiar with the brand, get them interacting maybe possibly, and then I'm going to retarget those people later on with the interest part right here of the funnel. So that's going to be probably something around the lines of a traffic ad, and it will be optimized for landing page loads or landing page optimization versus just clicks. When you optimize for clicks, you tend to get a lot of clicky people. You might get a sale out of it, you might get something out of it, but when you've got the landing page optimization on there, it is a tad bit more expensive, but you're telling Facebook's algorithm to optimize your ads for people that are most likely to allow your page to completely load. Versus if you just go for the click objective, you're going to have clicky people clicking and going to your website and then possibly immediately exiting and increasing your bounce rate. So with the landing page optimization, it allows Facebook's pixel code to load in your header or your Google Tag Manager. And once that loads, the pixel fires and you get that good pixel data back. And Facebook is delivering those ads to users that are most likely to completely load a page, which means they're typically going to look at that page for longer than a few seconds, and they're going to be potentially browsing your information, provided that on the top of the funnel here on the awareness for the video views, provided that you've got your interests dialed in. If you're just going for a broad audience of 18 years old to 65 plus, male and female with no interest selected of whatever it is that your product is or your website or your service, then you're going to get a lot of vague type of people in there, and you're not going to be able to properly segment these audiences and who you're trying to reach. So on the interest level, let's say that I'm selling photography equipment. So on this part of the funnel, I'm going to target for interests for the video view ad. I'm going to probably target people who have an interest in maybe Canon, Sony, Nikon, and then you could probably even flex target and narrow that audience down for people that have an interest in photography. Then once your video view ads are delivered and optimized, and you create that custom audience by going into your audiences, clicking engagement, people who have viewed a video for a certain amount of time, you could try doing a video view of 95%. So 95% of people that watched this video that had the specific interests that you specified on that level, 95% of those people will now get served this ad, this traffic ad with landing page optimizations. So now Facebook, on this second layer here, for that traffic objective ad, you're going to tell Facebook's algorithm to deliver the ad to people most likely to click on the link and then let the website fully load, which means they're probably going to look at your website, what you have to offer, and provided that if it's good stuff, it's relevant, and it's going to resonate with that audience, you might get some further actions off of that. But it's certainly worth noting that Facebook ads isn't some sort of magical pill, in that if you've got a total shit product, you're just going to be able to turn an ad on and whoa, look at all these sales. If you've got a shit product, then it's a shit product or shit service, and no Facebook ad in the world or whatever strategy is going to fix that. But if you've got a decent product and you're running Facebook ads, then that's probably going to be your cheapest option to start getting some sales and some audiences. So with the landing page optimization, now you've got people actually getting eyeballs on there. So you can take from this, the interest part, you can take whatever URL it is that you're sending them to, and if you're sending them to a landing page or a specific URL, you can take a part of that URL, you can go back into audiences again, and you'll click on website, I believe it's website for custom audience, and then you'll specify that you want to create an audience based on people who viewed a URL on your website with that specific phrase in the URL. So now you're capturing the audience that watched 95% of your video, and they also went to your website URL. And so now this is a super targeted audience, and on this part for the decision, you can run a purchase conversion ad, conversion objective ad, and select the purchase conversion event. Run that ad to them, and now you've got a pretty good decent targeted audience that you can run ads to. Run that ad, see how it does, and you might need to tweak it a little bit when you split test your ads on the creative side, on the ad side. Not too much probably could be tinkered around on the ad set side. You could still tweak a couple things, but if this is a funnel and they're this far along in your funnel, you're probably best just using that audience and targeting people who have gotten this far in the funnel. And of course, you want to exclude your purchase audience. So that's something else worth noting, is that you should always create a purchase audience of users who fired off your purchase pixel, which means they bought. So I usually personally will I'll set that up for usually about 3 or 4 different purchase audiences. One of them is going to be 7 days, so people have purchased in the last 7 days. One's going to be 30 days, people have purchased in the last 30 days. One's going to be 60 days, sometimes 90, and then 180 days. So this way, if I'm running a kind of ad that's pushing maybe an upsell or something like that, I can always exclude that audience who actually purchased in the last 7 days, so that they're not getting that ad again, because maybe they might have just purchased or it's too soon to ask. So if they're in this funnel and this is what you're running, you might want to consider excluding maybe like a 30-day purchase audience, or excluding a audience who's purchased in the last 60 days. So you're not retargeting and spending money on ads for people that have already bought. So run a purchase conversion ad on this third level here, the blue, and then it says action here, but whatever. This could be your retargeting audience, this part of the funnel right here. So with the retargeting audience, if you're selling e-commerce products, you can do a catalog ad, and you can run for the purchase conversion event. You can set that for the last 28 to 30 days, maybe, or 7 days, whatever your preference or strategy is, but you can run that for the last 30 days. So everybody who has fired off your view content pixel conversion event or your add to cart pixel conversion event, they will receive that retargeting ad. If it's a catalog ad, then it'll be dynamic. So they'll receive an ad showing them the products that they recently viewed on your website, so they can come back and purchase, and you give them a code, some sort of discount, offer of scarcity, so that they come back and they actually purchase. If you're running just a static graphic ad for the retargeting campaigns, I probably wouldn't recommend that, but you can still do it and knock it out of the park. But run a retargeting ad for the audience of people who have been to your website in the last 30 days. Hopefully you get some purchases out of it. You could run a video ad for retargeting to get some purchases out of it. But this is your basic funnel system. So you set this basic funnel system up, and ideally, you've dialed it in, you've tweaked, you've analyzed the data over and over, you've looked at it, you've continued to study it, and maybe after a month of ads, you could look at your funnel and be like, damn, that's a nice funnel. That's really good. I feel super confident in the people that I'm sending to this specific website and this specific web page, because I know that if my marketing sucks or this sucks or that sucks or whatever happens, I know I've got a good funnel in place that's going to capture the majority of people that go to the website that you're pushing towards. Now, there's some other strategies that you can use of people that are going to your website. So in addition to building an audience that you can retarget and remarket to through Facebook ads, through the custom audiences feature, in addition to the retargeting that you can do from the retargeting catalog side or just your retargeting strategy in general, you can do some other stuff like sending them to a specific web page that will opt them into a newsletter, and if they get opted in, then they now get 10 or 15% off. And now you've got an additional person on your newsletter that you can continue to market to, provided that you've got some good stuff. You can continue to drip on them. You can set them so that once they opt in to that specific email marketing campaign, you've got a email marketing automation funnel set up. Sorry about that, I dropped this thing. You've got a email marketing automation funnel set up so that it will drip on them, for the last, let's say that they get in and you send them an email immediately. Welcome, here's your discount. You can send them another email. After four hours have passed, you've got a trigger set that says, hey, we're going to give you an extra 5% off. So instead of 15% off, now you have 20% off. Hopefully you come to the website today, purchase. We'd love to have you as a customer. And then, you set that for like 48 hours only. So that in 24 hours, you can remind them again. And then on hour maybe 46 or hour 45, you can send them an email again and say, hey, your 20% discount's about to expire. We really want you to try us out and use us, but you've only got 3 hours left. Hope to see you on the website, whatever. So that's another strategy that you can use. And if you're following what I'm saying in all this stuff, I'm trying to get you to think that when you're buying traffic from Facebook ads, when you're paying for that traffic and it's going to your website, you want to wring that towel dry. You do everything that you can to capture that traffic to maximize what you can do with it. If you're just sending them to your website and hoping they'll buy and they bounce and you've just got a retargeting catalog or a retargeting campaign going on, you might get some sales off it, but it's not going to hit its maximum potential and put you into the black from when you're in the red. You've got to do all these things and put these systems in place so that you can go into the black almost immediately. Because if you've got these systems in place, you're getting their email address, you're doing the retargeting campaigns, you're retargeting to audiences in a way that's meaningful, and you're really speaking to your audience in a way that is resonating with them, you're going to see your results go up tremendously, and you're going to see your profits go up, or hopefully your profits, you're there yet, not just your revenue. But when you use these kinds of campaigns and you use these kinds of strategies that are pretty fundamental strategies to kind of automate what you're trying to do with your website, when these are in place, it allows your brain to start to be more creative and think of different ways you can push people to this website. You can run an ad so that it goes to your email opt-in for the newsletter campaign. Hey, opt in here and we'll give you a discount. Once it gives you a discount, a pop-up shows up. Hey, awesome. We're giving away a free one of these on our Instagram page in the next 48 hours. Make sure to go to our Instagram account, follow our account, and then post a comment on the most recent picture saying followed, something like that. So this way, you're now buying traffic, you're sending them to your website, you've got that pixel, and it's hopefully installed on there. So now you can retarget to that person. You sent them to your website for a newsletter opt-in. Now they're on your newsletter. You sent them from your newsletter to your Instagram profile. So now you've got them following your Instagram profile. Are you starting to see the circle of how you can build that relationship up and market to these people over and over. This is how people, and marketers specifically, that run these kinds of strategies, this is how we're able to buy an ad for like $10. And if it's a product that's $5 and we have somebody that comes and opts in for 10, people are like, how the hell are you making money from that? You're spending $10 to acquire a customer who either purchases something for $5 or doesn't purchase anything at all. How the hell is that profitable? Because you've got $10 here, you got $5 here. This is exactly how. Because we're able to capture their information and data at every single part of the journey. We're able to push and nurture them along so that they take even further steps and actions to put them into other funnels. And once they're in those funnels, they're getting retargeting ads, they're getting email drip campaigns, they're getting email blasts, they're getting special sale discounts on the Instagram, social media profiles. And if they purchase something, then that means that they might purchase something else again. If they purchase something, we've also got other things that we put them in, like upsells. If they don't buy the upsell, we've got them into another funnel. Now they're getting a downsell. If they buy the downsell, awesome. We take them to the thank you page with another offer for 2 of the same product that they just bought for half off. Now you're starting to see how we're able to make more money from such expensive cost per action, which is the acquisition cost that you pay for customers. But this is how that a lot of marketers are able to spend a little bit more on the CPAs, but still come out profitable, still come out winning, and growing their lists and their websites and their brands over and over. Build out your brand, pitch it off, sell it. Go to bizbuysell.com. There's plenty of other ones out there. That's a whole other can of worms I'm going into. But hopefully this video is helping you a little bit with thinking out and thinking through in an intelligent way on how to systematically get traffic from Facebook and then convert that traffic into sales, into leads, into customers, into a growing and buzzing hive of activity with your brand and your customers and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys learned something from this video and it wasn't just incoherent rambling on with all these different little systems and whatnot. But if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be happy to get to them as soon as possible. Until then, see ya.